Welcome everyone to another Fika. I'm going to turn the lights on because it's like awfully dark in here. Give me 2 seconds. I cannot believe how dark it is. There we go. Now we have some light. I was going to do this outside, but it's kind of warm today. So, that looks really bright now. So, welcome. It's finally October. The leaves are changing. The air is getting cooler. Even though it's warm today, it's going to be very nice this weekend. Very, very nice. It is so good to see everyone, and I hope you're doing well. I hope your decorations are out. Uh, man, and you're digging those recipes. That's the one thing that I will be throwing out a lot of this month, actually leading all the way up to Yule, to the Yule ham. So it, yeah. How is everybody today? How is everyone doing? I hope you have your coffee and you have your sweets. And of course, we have pumpkin cookies. We made this during Bell Stream last night. Ooh, see Robin's comment. Robin, yes, I will get with you in just a moment. Just a moment, and we can discuss that. It's some good stuff today. Oh, never mind. I just got the second text for it, so that's going to be interesting to see. Very interesting. Uh, but yeah, we have our pumpkin cookies today. Of course, this has no icing on it. Uh, and my wife's beautiful peanut butter cookies. These are very good too. Eat them together. Oh, man, that's amazing, especially with coffee. Now I got pumpkin on my finger. So good to see everybody in Deadshot, especially guidance. Everyone, Lays and Blaze, man, Robin, everyone's in here. Oppositional, Grace, good to see everyone here. Good to see everyone, and everyone else that's lurking. It's good to see you too, and I hope everyone is doing well today. We're halfway through the week, almost to the weekend, and much cooler weather is coming this way. And then the leaves will start to change. We have to get through that one good cold rain. I think tomorrow, today, tomorrow, Friday, whenever. Anyways, it's on its way. So yes, or as we say back home, mouse. Good often, good often. I had the strangest question today. Do Swedes eat grits? So, because I like grits in America, so don't eat it that often, just because it's hard for all that corn to digest. But we have something with a similar texture back home. It's a rice porridge. We call it rice grit. Uh, so a lot of people mistake that for Swedish grits, but it's actually a rice porridge. We serve it at almost every holiday, and especially during Yule, we leave a large bowl with a big slice of butter on top out for the Nissa who comes by. He's a house spirit, the land spirit, and he comes by and brings us goodies. Very ancient old tale. All right, let's throw this link up, see if anybody wants to pop up and join. I have been very busy, and that's the one thing that I hate the most is telling people I am too busy. Uh, a lot of big changes have occurred. We're finishing the projects while the weather is still nice before winter. Uh, I have a lot of firewood still to cut and bring in, mostly just chopping it and stacking it before winter. And this is the time where we transition at the end of the harvest to prepare for winter. So it's like double duty. Um, the bridge will be finished this afternoon. I kind of slept in today. It's my last day off work. And we have a kind of a Norse, old Germanic themed Discord server for those that are new getting into the belief that I share, or just want to know the general history. Very good people from all around the world. And we have just been named the official uh, server for Herknunger Radio. So big ups to Herknunger and Alex McCree over there. He's an excellent musician. He's from Northern UK. Very, very nice person. Very talented musician. So he's he's been doing this for a number of years. He has a 24/7 live video channel, which you'll see the link in here, and Nightbot will throw in very soon. So yeah, we're the official server for that. Um, a lot of shenanigans there, a lot of history, a lot of the old lore and the old tales. A lot of links to research uh, and the universities, specifically back home. So in China, we put out a bowl of dumpling and mooncakes. Yes, yes, we have something similar to the mooncakes. We call them soul cakes. Soul cakes, and of course, there's an almond or another nut that's hidden in one of them. And if you are just so happen to get that, you will have good luck for the rest of the year. So, MT, good to see you. Good to see you, Skull. Welcome in. All right, let's hit this link and throw it up. Yes, please like, subscribe, and share. It's very important. We have a lot of big stuff coming up, and we're going to be transitioning from the travel that you see during the summer, late spring and early summer. Now everything turns inwards. Everything turns inwards for fall and winter. So it's like nature's way of kind of slowing us down, forcing us to slow down and just relax in the cool air. All of your hard work that you have done this year has paid off, and now you can relax. So, with that, of course, in our family, we do the same. We finish up everything we can, and then we just relax, you know, and reflect on what we've done, what we've accomplished this past year, new friends that we have made, new places we have traveled to, new recipes we may have learned to make, for this fall and winter. And yeah, and it's a wonderful, wonderful feeling. It's like getting home after work. You can finally relax. Pendar, good to see you. Welcome in at the vet's office. Ah, good. Show them Neil's beautiful face and this wonderful beard. Actually, the beard will not be trimmed till sometime after Yule, so it'll be growing out very, very long. I'll do my own sound effects here too. Let me pin that link. Now we are good. So now you know what Niels has been up to, how busy he is. Farming season is over. The last cut of hay has been done. And now we prepare for the cold winter. And what makes this stream, not necessarily stream, what makes this channel different is now you're going to see the different side of Niels, the more primal side, connecting with my bloodline, especially as we approach October 31st, Alpha Blood, or Väternatter, as we call it, winter nights. And of course, the hunting season is coming up, so you'll see the more primal side. We'll be doing more rituals here as well. Some of them you will see in shorts, some of them you will see in
Hi,
very short shots.
how are you doing?
Doing well. How are you today, boy?
Good. It's warm today where I am.
Yeah, it's pretty warm today, but it's not going to last. That's the bed. That's the probably the best part. That
Yeah, it's
it's not
supposed to
going
be
to
like
last.
50s before the weekend.
Oof, man. Yeah, it's supposed to be. I think Saturday night. It's supposed to be 40 degrees Fahrenheit here at night. So,
Wow.
which I like to call sleeping weather.
Yeah.
Which one? How do I say his name? Pendar, if that's the one she's talking about. But yeah, you're going to see, especially this time of year, you're going to see the wolf hide out a lot more. You're going to see a lot more offerings, landwater, um, and of course to the house spirits as well. You know, for keeping our house just as awesome this year. Throwing up a few wards, and I'm going to try to get this on video because it's going to take a while too. We have a new runestone we are setting here on the farm as well. It's down in the grove.
Yeah.
Had to take it down with the truck, and we just have to clean it off. It has a little bit of moss on it, so we're going to clean that off and wash it off before we start to chisel into it. But we're going to set it first. I was going to leave it flat and chisel, but it's a lot easier if it's up. I can clean the entire thing.
Yeah.
We're going to chisel both sides of that runestone, and of course, it'll be up forever. And then we have a few other things that we're going to set up too. Man, these pumpkin cookies are amazing. I need to send you like a dozen of these.
Yeah, them cookies you showed them about these last night. They did look very delicious.
Yes, tastes like fall. Tastes like fall. This is so good. And of course, we're going to have a lot more drink recipes, log, mead recipes. I'm actually getting ready to do another batch of mead for. It'll be ready about Thanksgiving in America, but I'm going to try to hold it off for another 6 weeks for Yule or more, or two.
Oh, okay.
Well, actually, it'd be 2 more weeks for Yule, for the beginning of Yule. And yeah, and then I'll have about 5 to 10 gallons of mead total.
Wow.
That's what I'm looking forward to. And honey's getting expensive, so if you decide to buy it and make your own, we have our own bees here, so we keep plenty of honey, plenty of mead back. Uh, some we give to our neighbors as gifts at Yule.
Mhm.
Lacey, good to see you, Skull. How are you today?
Hi, Lacey. Good to see you.
So, Deadshot, how warm is it up there today?
Right now I just checked about a half hour ago. It was like 81 degrees right now.
Oh, that is
It
so
felt like
disrespectful.
90 though today. And I'm
Man,
like,
oh
I'm
man.
waiting to it to cool down because this is like summer right now.
Yeah, it's this is what did they call it in America? My friend told me the other day. They have a term for it. When it's warm like this, it's the beginning of fall, and then it goes away. There's a name for it. Something summer. They have a certain name for it.
Was it Indian summer or?
That was it. That was it.
Yeah,
Indian summer. Yeah,
yeah,
they call it Indian summer. I don't know what that means, but it.
yeah,
I guess it happens. Normally, it lasts 7 to 10 days. They said, and then it's done. And then all the cold weather approaches, which I am looking forward to winter, and I will be doing a video uh, as we get closer to December and January. I'll be doing some bushcrafting as well.
Oh
Uh,
wow.
yeah, so I'll get home, get my gear together, go up on the hill or the mountain. I'll probably go up on the mountaintop. We'll build our own shelter. My son and I both do, and we try not to do it right around hunting season, but yeah, we'll make our own shelter. We'll stay there and sleep, no matter how cold it is. If it's
Mhm.
-34 or if it's 40 degrees, and we'll pretty much stay up there in the snow, in the cold, uh, for a few days, and we'll
Yeah,
just live off the land and cook our own foods. We're looking forward to that. And I'll be doing a layering video teaching you how to appropriately dress for specifically Arctic temperatures, but it works well for colder temperatures too,
Mhm.
or just generally cold temperatures.
Yeah. This weekend coming is our Thanksgiving in Canada. This weekend, I'm going to
Oh,
my mom and
nice.
dad's for Thanksgiving on Sunday.
What do they typically eat in Canada for Thanksgiving?
Um, Usually my mom cooks stuffing, homemade stuffing, sweet potato, mashed potatoes, other mashed potatoes, the regular ones, green beans, uh, beets. What do you call them? Red beets.
Red beets, yeah.
She cooks a whole bunch of good stuff, but it's really yeah. She never would buy the stuffing you would buy at the grocery store because I think her stuffing's way better. I mean, it's homemade and it's the
Oh,
real thing.
yes. Everything
But yeah,
homemade always tastes better.
oh yeah, it's a really good meal she makes. Like it's yeah,
Mm.
she makes like blueberry pie, strawberry pie. It's all yeah.
Oh, blueberry pie, that's one of my weaknesses.
That strawberry pie and blueberry pie. If I had to choose one of them, it'd probably be strawberry pie.
The strawberry's good too, yes,
Yeah,
especially with mead.
yeah,
Everything just tastes better with mead to me, mead or vodka. So
yeah.
now in America, they eat turkey for Thanksgiving. Do they do that same thing in Canada, or do you all eat
Yeah,
something else?
yeah. We usually every year we already, oh, not only we always have like turkey and that. But yeah, but I'm
Nice.
looking forward to it.
Is there like a special dish in Canada that they have like specific for that holiday?
I don't. I can think of no.
Because I know in certain countries or in certain cultures, there's like that one staple thing, whether it's a dessert or part of the main course, that they have for certain holidays. I didn't know if Canada did. Like, for example, I know that pumpkin pie is very big here for Thanksgiving. Like, even if
It's,
no one eats it, people still make it.
yeah.
I didn't know if Canada shared that same thing or if there was something specific, Canadian, like if y'all made a something maple based
The
as a
only thing
dessert.
The only thing I can think of, like I know, like this is not Thanksgiving thing, but the only thing I can think of is like poutine thing. But that was the only thing I can think of right now. But I mean, I don't think we have any big thing for Thanksgiving that I not that I know.
That's fair. That is very fair. So in
Yeah.
Scandinavia, a lot of people think, oh, it's herring, and we do have, seafood with almost every holiday. But a lot of people think, oh, so you all eat herring all the time. You eat it for breakfast. You eat it for the holidays. And yes, some holidays we do have, fish or herring.
Hmm.
But for breakfast, we actually don't. We just normally eggs. We eat lots of eggs. Corn. Okay, sold out said they went to Canada and was told that corn, beans, and squash were a must in Canada to eat.
Yeah, that's I didn't even know that.
That's I know in New England, America, that's a very big thing, especially the squash,
Yeah.
which we have no more because we made bread out of it and stored the rest. And grilled squash is really good. Zucchini squash. I like grilled zucchini squash, especially this time of year.
Yeah,
And
I don't mind. I don't really mind zucchini. Like I don't mind it very much.
if it's prepared right,
Yeah.
yes. But just taking it off the vine and then chopping it up and eat it, not very settling. It has to be made right. Nuclear, good to see you. Welcome in.
Good to see you, Newt.
So that's very important this time of year, especially to get those oils into your body. It's good for your skin. It helps to protect against the cold. Everybody that lives in cold weather knows this. This is why we eat lots of fish, we eat lots of nuts, lots of healthy, high oil foods.
Mm.
Um, it's good for your immune system, and of course, your skin is the largest organ in your body, so that's your first line of defense against illness and injury. So you want to be able to strengthen that and keep it healthy, and it helps you stay hydrated as well. Just a lot of people say, well, it's not hot anymore. It's getting, it's going to get colder. So I
Mm.
don't have to drink that much water, don't have to stay hydrated, but your body can dehydrate just as rapidly as it
Oh
can
yeah.
in hot weather as it does
Yeah.
in cold weather. So it's very important to get these foods in. This is why our ancestors, native cultures, they knew this and why they prepared certain foods this time of year, which of course now in Canada and America, Thanksgiving, and then First Nations people, natives, indigenous people knew that as well.
Mhm.
And that's why they prepared all these vegetables to kind of flush all the toxins out of your body and strengthen your immune system and get you prepared for winter.
I was gonna ask you a question, Niels. I just heard about this a couple of days ago.
Mhm.
There's, I heard there's a vaccine that used to be for kids back in the day, but if you don't get it when you're over 65, it's a virus. If you don't get it when you're this shot when you're 65, it's starting to go into adults now when you're over 65. It's a shot. I forget the name of it, but I think it's the one you got when you were little, like when you were a child. but it's starting to go into kid like adults now. This virus. I just heard about it a couple days ago. It's if you don't get this, if you get this virus, you can actually like pass away from it because it's fatal. If
The
you get
only
the name,
thing I could think of is the chickenpox virus for like shingles virus, which
oh okay,
uh, yeah. Um,
I know
yeah,
shingles
it,
is bad.
Brooke beat me to it. Yeah, that's the only thing that I could think of. It was for shingles because it's technically the same virus.
Yeah, my grandpa had that on his face. Like, if you shaved him or anything like that, and you would see like his face would be all like red and yeah, like that's the worst place to have it on your face.
Yeah, it's yeah, you can get it anywhere. Mostly the upper extremity. Um, but yeah, it's very painful as well. Very painful. And if you get on your face, it looks like you got stung by 100 different wasps just in that
Yeah,
one location. It's ugh.
my stepdad he gets a shot every. I think it's every year he gets it because like you don't want to ever get that thing because it's like it just feels like your skin's on fire.
Mm. Oh, Brooke, I'm sorry to hear that. Yeah, I thought it was shingles. I thought it was shingles. I remember when I was younger, and one of my friends would get chicken pox. My parents would send me over to his house to play with him, and then we'd get it, and everybody would get it. And I got
Wow.
so mad at my parents. I was like, "You knew and you didn't tell me." And they said, "We wanted you to get it." And I thought, "You assholes," you know.
Yeah.
But they were doing it to help us build our immunity up.
Wow. I
We
did
did the
get
same
it.
thing to our children.
I did get it when I was younger. I got it on my stomach.
Oh,
That's the place I got it at. It was on my stomach. It was like
walking
a
around
big
just
rash.
scratching your tummy.
Yeah, I just remember when I was younger, I had that. But I mean, my one thing my who didn't get it was my sister. She never got it, and she's like 40 years old now. But I mean, her mom keeps on telling her to get that like that vaccine for it because I mean, my grandpa had it. I mean, if she gets it and she hasn't got the chicken pox, I mean, you can get that. It's a whole different.
Yeah, she's very susceptible to getting shingles now if she didn't
Yeah,
get chicken pox when she was younger. So,
yeah,
chicken pox party. That's funny, Ting Ting. That's funny. I like that. The chicken pox party. Yes, I think every culture did that back in the day. For the longest time, I thought it was just my parents doing that, and I was like, assholes. But there was other things they had us do too. Like I'm not allergic to poison ivy because they would get a leaf and they would tear the tip off and we would eat that. And
oh
then
yeah,
the next week we'd get a little bit more, and until finally we ate the whole leaf.
wow,
Um, and then it didn't taste the best. Your tongue would get kind of bumpy,
hmm,
but after running through the forest, your immune system's built up to it, so you don't. I can't get chick or not chickenpox. I can't get poison ivy now or poison oak.
hmm. Yeah. That's one thing I haven't gotten in my life was poison ivy so far in my life.
Brooke, I highly actually recommend, and this is going to sound strange. Um, Try to stick to certain juices that you can tolerate. Pineapple juice is a good one. Um, Apple juice is another. But coffee, just plain black coffee. You don't have to make it very strong, or you can make it as strong as you want to. But yeah, and especially healthy teas. Healthy teas will definitely keep you hydrated. A lot of people say, well, that's, caffeine is going to dehydrate you. Large amounts of it will. I mean, you'd have to drink 5, 6 gallons a day,
Yeah.
but just a few cups of coffee and stuff, it'll keep you hydrated. Oh, Outlaw, good to see you. Good to see you, man. It's been a while.
Oh, hi out now.
Yeah, see, Lacey knows if you interact with it, if you're a farmer, a gardener, if you're an outdoor enthusiast, the more that you react to poison ivy, the less you'll be at risk for um, like, I'm not going to say outbreak. What's the term in English I'm looking for? Not infection, a reaction, a reaction.
Yeah.
3 foot snake just flew by me. Oh, so the eagle was carrying the snake and went
Oh,
past you. I got you. Okay. You had me confused there. I was like, an eagle carrying a what? Like a Superman eagle? He was carrying an S, but he was carrying a snake. Okay. Now we got it. Yeah, this is a time of year not to get lazy, not to get lax. And yes, there's a difference between relaxing, winding down, and being lazy. You want to make sure that your body stays healthy, and you will thank me. I guarantee you, come February, you will thank me. Make sure you're eating healthy. Make sure you're getting those nuts and fruits and vegetables in, and fish, especially those omegas. Those omega fatty acid, omega 3s are very healthy for you this time of year. Local honey to help fight with the allergies because there's going to be a lot of dust
Mm-hmm.
with the air drying out and the leaves falling. You definitely want to stay healthy and stock up on coffee because you never know when you'll get snowed in or it'll get too cold or the power could go out, and you want to make sure you have firewood and uh, a good kettle, you know, in your coffee cup and plenty of coffee. Guidance does not like seafood. I don't think you've had the right seafood. Unless you're allergic to it, then that's a difference. And yeah, stay away from it. Don't get sick. Don't die from
Yeah.
it. A flying dragon, snake dragon. So the eagle attacked the dragon serpent thing.
Wow.
That's what we'll say. Oh, I thought about doing a special over the winter. I'm going to do a lot of historical videos. I don't want to say documentaries because I don't know if I'll make them that long.
Mm-hmm.
One of them is going to be on the ancient dragon mythology. We'll do a few others too, some animist things, um, especially towards different spirit animals as well, which in our language, in Old Norse, we call fjorgia. Fjorgia.
Oh yeah.
Guidance can't do the white flaky fish calamari. That is about it. So probably like haddock or cod. So yeah, we're lots of new content coming this fall. Lots of rituals, and of course, Yule will be our biggest one. We love Yule. Yule is our biggest holiday. It's one of our favorite holidays. Of course, this one coming up at the end of the month is too. It's kind of our new year, but Yule is the biggest holiday that we celebrate. Huge bonfire, huge feast, plenty of mead, presents,
Wow.
friends and family coming over. We sing, we feast, we dance, we tell stories, and we stay inside, and we're cozy and warm and healthy, and that's what's important. Is that peace and frith during that time of year. So we make all sorts of food and then invite not just like other Norse pagans or pagans over. We invite everybody. Hey, you want to feast with us? Uh, you can do it this night. We play games. Yeah, just have everybody come in and enjoy. It's not just for us. We share it with everybody.
Mm-hmm.
And my wife's Christian, so we kind of combine both holidays and we call it Yulemas. So
Oh, okay.
so it's Yule and Christmas. So we just do Yulemas. See, sold out knows it's a staple. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. People say, "Do you make shepherd's pie?" Yes, but we call it something different. We call it cottage pie. We don't call it shepherd's pie. That's a term I hear mostly in America, honestly,
Yeah.
for that dish. But it's still good. Still good.
Oh yeah.
But but we don't use straight beef. We'll do veal, beef, and lamb. We use ground lamb in it and mix it together and cook it. Uh, yeah, you'll miss is something that we had done both. We've gone to many Yule festivities, and we sat down because the kids were like, "Man," and this was our fault. After so many hours, uh, so many days, our children were like, I'm tired of opening presents. And we said, we'll never do this again. This was when they were really, really little, about 20 years ago, when they were just small children. And we said, we have to come up with something that we don't have to endure this all the time with them, make it enjoyable for them. So we came up with Yulemas. So we start on the 21st at winter solstice, we start Yule. Um, and then we have a gift exchange every day up until Christmas Day, and then we open up the rest of the presents. So that way it gives everybody time to enjoy or test their presents,
Yeah.
for the remainder of Yule, and we just feast and play games. Our feast is normally the fourth night. Traditionally, that's how it was done for Yule as well. The fourth night, you feast, and we have a huge bonfire on the 21st on the winter solstice, and then we feast on the fourth. But we have a bonfire, we drink, we just hang out, enjoy everybody coming to Yule, and yeah, and then we just play games and enjoy the season, the rest of the season for the rest of the 12 days. Ah, present pillage. Nice. Nice. Those are always fun. Those are always fun. Present pillages. And if you haven't done it, you need to do so. But yeah, that's so we created a holiday out of two holidays. We call it Yulemas. That's where that comes from. It ends about January 2nd. The greenery comes down. We settle in for the colder, harsher months of winter. But I can't stay inside. So that old term cabin fever. So I'm up in the forest more, out amongst nature. Being grateful for that season as well as, our growing season that helped to provide us with the food and the nutrients necessary. Mm. Yeah, so sold out. You mentioned contact sport for present pillage. They have something similar in America. I noticed they call it Black Friday shopping.
Yeah.
Oh man, there are some crazy people that go to that stuff. There was a uh, there was a grandmother of she was in her 60s or 70s. It was here a couple of years ago, and my wife wanted to go Black Friday shopping. I was like, "Why the hell would you stay up all night just to shop? You're a loon." So we did it just to experience it. Never will I do it again. I think I'll stab myself in the toe before I do that again. And
Yeah.
so they had this one store that they had a pallet set in the middle of the aisle, and there were several of them with Black Friday stickers on it and what it was. And as soon as the employee cut the plastic on it to open it up, it was full of iPads. And some old woman uh, started just taking them on, just shoveling them into her arm.
Yeah.
And there was other people trying to get to it, and she had a taser, and she threatened to tase anybody that tried to
Holy.
take from that pile until she got the iPads that she wanted for her grandchildren. And it
Wow.
ended up being a big thing. And so the cops had to come in, and she threatened the police officers, and they ended up tasing her. And I was like, this little 60, 70-year-old woman, they had to tase just to, because
Wow.
she was a threat to everyone around her and to the police.
Yeah.
And I said, that's too much. That is too much.
We'll do it that way. Yeah. That's.
People fist fighting over parking spaces and things, and shit, park around back and walk.
It's ridiculous what you hear about after that day after or the day, I mean, of that day. It's just people do the weirdest things.
Yeah, crazy, very crazy things.
Yeah.
Just for greed. That's what irritates me the most, is just for greed. So Yule, what separates Christmas, getting your presents that you want or whatever, and big fat guy in a red suit with a long white beard,
Yeah.
uh, comes in and gives you your presents or however you celebrate Christmas. Um, for us, it's our gifts are of a necessity. So, like new shoes, warm boots for the winter, a warm blanket,
Hmm.
something useful. Um, Maybe you have too many coffee mugs and you need a new coffee rack. You want to save yourself some shelf space or something. Candles, new candles, maybe firewood. It's very minimalist in our holidays, but it's very meaningful as to what our gifts are. We're not going to get you something you'll use for 3 months or just during the winter or 6 months, get bored and put it up.
Yeah.
Books was one of my most favorite gifts to receive because you have time to read all winter.
Hmm.
Uh, that and a warm blanket, and you're good. But if you like to camp a lot, get some new camping gear, something you can use for the next few years. You'll miss. Yeah. So, I mean, the Winter Solstice Festival, yeah, especially for some Wiccans and their belief. So, yeah, it's actually Yule. Yule starts on the winter solstice and lasts 12 days until the second, normally the night of the second, morning of the third of January. And so we just combined that, my wife's belief and my belief, and we just came up with Yule Miss. And we have fun. We have a lot of fun doing that. But the next big holiday is Veternater. Veternater. It's also known as Alpha Blut.
Is that
How,
November or
what
is
is
that
it?
in, is that in November or?
No, it's October 31st. In America, they
Oh,
call it Halloween. And
okay.
in
Yeah.
some parts of Europe, they call it Hallows Eve. And the Wiccans, that's what they call it as well, as Hallows Eve. So,
Okay.
uh, yeah, so for us, it's the thinning of the veil. So it's the thinnest point between the worlds.
Hmm.
Uh, your ancestors can actually cross over to visit you. And they have a similar belief the Aztecs held, excuse me, in Mexico. They call it Dia de las Muertes, the Day of the Dead. This is funny because here's like cultures 3 to 9,000 miles apart that celebrated similar beliefs, but supposedly never had contact with each other. They do. There's a little bit different than ours. Going to the grave, of course, we visit the graves of our ancestors. We decorate them
Hmm.
for the season. You can leave offerings there as well, and everybody leaves offerings to graves. They're called flowers. So we do the same thing. We do it here. We have many ancestor traditions that we do, and we have an ancestor altar, which normally has a heirloom to that ancestor or a picture of that ancestor that we
Okay.
have set up and lit up with candles and stuff like that uh, to help invoke them. And of course, we make a meal. We leave a plate out of whatever we are eating. They get the first plate. We leave that plate at the table so our ancestors can come and eat with us, as well as a horn of mead or a glass of wine, and just have them come give us the wisdom and tell us stories. That could help us be better than we were the day before.
Hmm.
Help to make our family better, make ourselves better.
Hmm.
I don't know if they do anything like that in Canada. I don't know how your all's traditions on October 31st are.
Here in mostly in Canada, I grew up with we just go up for Halloween and go to houses. That's what I grew up with, but yeah.
So, yeah, it's not just about candy, but there's a lot of modern Halloween
Hmm.
traditions that are old European traditions, like the wearing of costumes, especially children to disguise themselves from
Hmm.
evil spirits, because if everybody doesn't look like themselves and they look scary enough, it'll scare away the evil spirits, which was the same with the pumpkins. You put them in front of your home to protect your home from evil spirits that try to come in and damage or destroy your home, or
Hmm.
they could be there to snatch your children up in the middle of the night. So yeah, there's many, many, many traditions that still hold today, and of course the candy, the treats. Um, it was a big festival, so they killed the children. This is the time of year when people start making more candy and more sweets and things like that, and
Mhm.
especially baking because the baking and cooking because the temperature is getting colder. So you want to keep the inside of your house warm, but not burn up all your wood for your fireplace. So
Mhm.
you could, with the hearth that they used to have, if you started cooking good foods to store for future holidays before the winter, our ancestors didn't make 2 loaves of bread at a time. They made 8 to 10 loaves at a time.
Mhm.
The Amish and many other people still do this actually, and it keeps your house warm, especially at night. And if you're slow cooking something, it'll keep it. Most of the stews were made at night, not during the day. You bake during the day, you made your stews at night, and it'd be ready the following night to eat.
One thing about the Amish, I like the homemade cookies and stuff like that. Like I went up north, like in Canada, up north, you see a lot of like shops where the Amish sell like the food, like the cookies, the pies, and stuff like that. And
Hmm.
I bought some the one time I was up north, and man, their cookies are so good.
Yeah.
I mean, you get a whole bunch of them, but man, they're so good. Like they're
Oh
really
yeah.
good for baking.
Their cookies and their jams.
Yeah.
I've done business with the local Amish here. Mostly just produce, either bargaining or selling. Um, which the really cool thing is with the Amish, as you could say, hey, I'll sell you so many pumpkins this year, or I'll buy so many pumpkins and resell them for you and give you a cut, whatever. Like if our crop is bad, and uh, then in turn they would do a favor for you or vice versa. The
Yeah.
following year, hey, could you help me uh, build a new shed in the spring? Yeah, yeah, and they'll be over. They'll be
Mhm.
over and get it done in a day. So they're very good about bartering and honoring things like that. Which,
Yeah.
and of course, they're suckers for fresh baked pie. So if they come here, Andrew makes a fresh pie for them, and they know the difference between a store bought pie and a fresh pie.
Oh yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's the one thing that I love the most between, uh, even though we're different beliefs. They're
Mhm.
Christian, we're not. For the most part, we're not. My wife is Christian, but um, if they come over here, you're not going to go home on an empty stomach, and it's the same if we visit them. We're not going to go home on an empty stomach.
Yeah.
And they do drink. A lot of people think they don't drink, but they do drink beer with or other ale with their meals.
Wow. I didn't know that.
Yeah, they and of course, like any other culture, some of them drink a little bit too much and pass out in the wagon. But
Do these is there
but
Amish
yeah, they
today
do
or
drink. They
actually
make
don't?
their own beer.
Is there Amish today who actually
What is
don't
it?
even have like power and stuff like that still? Like, is there still? Do they still live like that? Or
some some do. There's some that are still very hardcore, and they're spread
yeah.
out. They're like still part of the community that I've seen.
Yeah.
There's some in Ohio that I dealt with that they're traditional. They don't have anything powered. Everything is manual. And then
Yeah.
there's some that will be like, okay, we can use power tools, gas powered power tools, but or solar power, but we can't use anything else. So it
Mhm.
just varies, I guess, across the country. Annie, good to see you. Good to see you. If anybody would like to jump up on panel, feel free to. Feel free to. Don't be shy. We have coffee, which I have to get some more in a second, and we have sweets. And I really need to see guidance about this mystery guy that they're talking about. That's the mystery professor from Purdue, Dr. Turco. consulted with a colleague from Harvard. This is about the Delphi murder, by the way,
Oh, okay.
but they don't name the colleague from Harvard. So I will tell you the best thing. If you want to know something about uh, the historical connotations of that case, ask a very okay, guidance. I read it. I read it. Uh, ask a very well versed, well educated Norse pagan. It's actually the one person, and I won't say his name here, just out of his respect. He's a very very well known worldwide expert on Old Nordic history and the Norse language, um, including the runes. So I'm actually surprised that they have not tried to reach out um, to him, for some type of advice in this case. Or they may have, and he just said, no, I don't want any part of it. He's a very, very modest man, very modest man, very nice man. Sold out. Let's go to the river. Always good to go to the river. That's guidance. That's what I'm thinking is not every Norse historian, even in Scandinavia, and almost every single Norse pagan knows about this professor in uh, Colorado, I'll say. He's one of the most leading experts. And when I mean leading experts, he has done references for, I guess that's the term, for movies, video games, TV shows, um, other historians, things like that, festivals. So I'm really surprised that uh, he hasn't gained national attention with this yet. And he sold several books. He's been all over Europe, and of course teaches here in America. He's an American. So yeah, and it, if there's anything that, especially with the old Sagas and Eddas, he's one of the very few Americans that's been able to see the Codex Regius, which is the collection of Snorri Sturluson's books that is kept at the museum in Iceland, but the original manuscript, which is almost 1,000 years old.
Wow.
He's one of the very few that has been able to see and read it. Yeah, very few in the world today, especially history professors, have been able to see that. So yeah, oh man, so good to see everybody. And I hope TPR comes back. And Ting Ting, I hope everything is well with you as well. And I love hearing about other cultures, especially during Yule, how they celebrate. What do you all do to celebrate? Just respond in the chat. Or is there something specific that you all do for Yule? Now, I will say this. So between October 31st and the start of Yule, we actually have two traditions that we do. Vantagisdagen, Vantagisversin, or Svaten. We call it sun wait, the sun's wait, with 6 candles. We do that, and then the Friday before Yule is known as Mother's Night or Frigg's Night, when Frigg gave birth to her sons. So we have like a big Mother's Day. So technically, you get two Mother's Days in a year. And for those that
Wow.
don't know, our Mother's Day in Sweden is in November, not in May.
I didn't know
Yes,
that.
but in Guatemala, they have very, very beautiful songs there for Christmas that time of year. But tamales, tamales are so good. So I will type this in chat. We call this, and I know I'm getting a holiday head. Whoa, that's too much. This is what our feast is called. Yule board. So
Okay.
board, table, because table is made from many boards, but it literally means feast. So Yule feast. Ooh, a bigger kitchen would be nice. A bigger kitchen would be very nice. There's so much that, especially hunting, if we have more meat than we need to last us for winter, we donate a significant amount to the local homeless shelter so they could cook and make meals for the homeless during the winter. Um, it wasn't last year. I think it was the year before. We donated like 280 pounds
Wow.
of uh, of deer meat to one of the local shelters. Yep. Took it, packaged it up, took it down. It's called Hunters for the Homeless. It's an initiative that was started here many, many
Okay.
years ago. And DNR asked if we wanted to take part of it. And of course, we said absolutely. You know, we think it's a wonderful thing. One of my local friends started. So, and we do that every year. Yeah, actually, Guidance, we do make deer jerky. I have to make sure Angie's at work if I make it. Um, the reason is I'd like to take a lot to work. A lot of us do. We'll take it to work and snack on it. But I made 24 pounds in one night, and out of that 24 pounds, I was able to take 2 pounds to work. So just one small bag because my wife and youngest son decided to sit there while watching TV. Christmas specials, or I can't remember what it was, but yeah, they ate 22 pounds of deer jerky in one night.
Wow.
So I said, no, we can't do this anymore. But the game taste and smell. No, it's actually not that bad if you prepare it right. So we actually marinate ours when we make it. And we do ours in a traditional way. So we don't do a dehydrator. We don't grind it up and stuff it in one of those tube caulking gun looking things like you're making sausage. So we cut ours into very fine strips, run toothpicks through it, and bake it in the oven at a very low heat for most of the day, actually for a few hours. And then you take it out, let it cool off, take the toothpick out, and you're good to go. Um, and that's how we make ours. And we just lay it in between the racks. That's why we have the toothpicks to it, and that's how we dehydrate it. And it lasts just as long and tastes absolutely wonderful. But uh, yeah, there's a mix that we use with ours with the marinade uh, to help preserve it as well and make it taste absolutely amazing. Your husband would drive here. I'll have to send you some jerky. I'll have to send you some jerky and some other wonderful things for you. Or if you guys get bored, just come visit. We'll have plenty of food, plenty of meat, plenty of wine, plenty of ale, plenty of vodka. Definitely. Now for vet or notter, we do feast, we do drink, because it's a celebration as well. But it's very spiritual at the same time. So we don't get inebriated. You know, that's where we practice logum, just enough to feel content.
Mhm.
But I might actually put up a recipe for that. For that, I know in America, deer jerky recipes are like how we treat Swedish meatball recipes. You know, everybody has their own, and no one shares with the other one, except generation to generation by an oath of death. You know, if you ever give out your grandmother's recipe, but I might actually put mine up there this year if anybody would like to try. Well, it's a very tedious process, after trimming the fat and everything after the cut. Um, and then very thin slice by hand. And then throw it into the bowl or dish to marinate. And there's a lot of different ingredients that we put in there to help preserve it. I might need more coffee. Damn. But yes, always good. It's always good. If I can keep my damn wife out of the bag and my sons. Turkey eating crazy, crazy. And of course, as soon as there's deer meat, Angie says, "Well, can you grind me some deer meat?" Yes, I always do. And we store that back. And then she starts making chili and stews and all sorts of goodies. Spaghetti. Um, she'll make cottage pie with it as well. Damn, I forgot my coffee cup. So, yeah, we keep and preserve a lot of food. We have a lot of vegetables right now that we have preserved for winter. So, and of course, we have stuff canned from last year that we still haven't eaten, corn and some other things. So, we are good to go in that aspect. That clock is 2 minutes slow. So, if anybody would like to jump up on panel, don't be shy. We love the conversation. That's what Fika is about. Fika is about socializing over a good cup of coffee and sweets. Does anybody have anything this weekend? They're planning a hike or maybe like a fall festival. Are you going to get pumpkins? Are you going to carve pumpkins?
I'm going to some.
Or when do you carve pumpkins?
I'm going to some Halloween thing this weekend with my mom and my brother and that on Friday.
Nice.
Yeah.
Like the what is it? The haunted houses and corn mazes.
It's called. It's called Fika as well. It's like a you go on a school bus and they go through like a bush and people start like scaring the what out of you. But it's a pretty yeah, it's pretty scary.
So I found out. Oh, we're going to go smoke. By the way, we're going to go outside for just a moment. So I did find out that here in this state, and my father wanted to go see it because we'd never gone. So we did go to visit. It's called the Trans Allegheny Lunatic Asylum.
Oh yeah.
So there's our spooky chandelier. Woo! And then, of course, there's leaves everywhere. Um, but I guess there they have like this haunted thing that they do. Hold on one second, Annie. Of the asylum and of the old asylum, and I can't remember exactly when it was built. Uh, and sometime in the 1800s. But they have this army truck that they drive you around in, and they give you a paintball gun, and you can paintball zombies that try to rush the truck, which I thought
Wow.
was kind of funny.
Hey
So
Nels,
I was
hey
like, hell yeah, I'll
Eugene.
shoot paintballs at zombie looking people. Annie, how are you today?
Hi Andy.
How are you today? Hey Nels, how you doing, sir?
Good. How are you?
I'm
Doing
doing
well, doing
good.
well. Let's
Same here.
see if we can
Doing
get a
well.
little bit of the
Well,
outstanding. Yeah, it's a beautiful day today. And of
Yeah.
course, the big yellow poplar.
You should see the size
Teacup
of the
poplar,
pumpkins I
another name
saw.
for it.
Nels,
Oh
Nels, can
yeah,
you hear me?
like over
Yeah,
your
I
way.
posted them on my posted them on my channel. If you want to take a look.
Oh yeah, I'll definitely have
DG,
to pop
I'm
over
not sure
there
if you're on my
after
channel
this
or not.
and
They're
take a
pretty
peek.
big.
I think I subbed. I can't remember. So we're kind of, since you mentioned pumpkins, every year we grow pumpkins. We have a big pumpkin patch. It's very festive this time of year, but we didn't grow pumpkins this year. The reason being is because we had to get the ditch done, get the bridge done, things like that, because the lower field on the other side of the barn that we plant the pumpkins flooded
Yeah,
year
that's
before
bad.
last, the last time we planted. And it was very dry that summer, and then we just got a bunch of rain starting in August, and it just completely destroyed everything. And the pumpkins that did grow well either didn't grow enough or they were rotted. So we said, the fuck it, we're not growing them this year. We're going to prep the land, make it better. And we didn't grow any pumpkins this year.
That's cool.
And my sons and my wife were like, damn, I wish we'd grown pumpkins this year. So we're definitely going to do it again next year. Definitely growing some pumpkins.
When do you generally plant pumpkins? Like in May or June or?
We normally do most of our crops. We don't plant until after the middle of May. So in Europe, we have what we call frost day or frost saints day. That's normally when the last frost hits, is around the middle of May, and then we plant everything. Now we will have like our seedling pods or our cups as we transition from the greenhouse, but in ground into the garden. Or for the other crops, we don't plant until after that. Our pumpkins we do at the end of May or beginning of June, because we like them. If you do it towards the middle or end of May, they'll be ready by September. If you do it at sometime in June, normally it's the end of September, beginning of October. So it just depends on how long you want it to last, how the season is, how your precipitation is, things like that. So we normally try for the end of May. That way, if we get pumpkins early, towards the end of August, beginning of September, we'll go ahead and cut them. We'll load them up, and then we'll get a big, giant tub and fill it with bleach water, and we'll scrub it down and then set them off to the side to dry. And if you do that, they won't rot out as fast
That's good to know.
by cleaning the rind. Yeah. And we do that we don't carve all the pumpkins. Many we paint, especially the little pie pumpkins. We'll paint funny faces on them. Which
Do
I
you bake your
can
seeds?
release those pictures soon too. Yes.
Nels, you bake your seeds?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah,
We'll either
same
bake
here.
or we'll keep the seeds that we have. Am I
Yeah,
breaking
we
up?
used to bake ours.
Yeah,
The
we
kids are
bake or
older now,
we
so
keep the seeds. We'll keep a certain amount back for heirloom seeds and grow them again next year, especially if it's a good patch. All right. Back through Neil's house we go. Woo.
how many of those
So
cookies you
yes,
have
pumpkin
left?
seeds. About 2 dozen. I think I ate like 8 or 9 last night. I needed to quit, but they're the best when they come right out of the oven.
Yeah, that's the best way to have them.
Yeah.
I agree.
It's like a pumpkin pie in cookie form. And if anybody's looking for the recipe, if you actually go to the community tab in the channel, if you're subscribed, you'll see it. I posted it last night, right towards the end of Bill's stream when we were baking. Sold said, do you have any significance around mushroom circles? Yes, fey circles and fey arches, they're everywhere. If I could, I'll have to do a short because the internet is hit or miss up on the hill. up on. It's a mountain, but we call it the hill. Um, there is many fey arches up there, and I'll go through that whole explanation when I do that video too. Um, especially back in Europe, they call them fairy arches. So if you see certain limbs that are arched from a tree or next to a tree, against the ground or from a stump, yes, those have very significant magical meaning. Ah, your SAR pup. Yes, keep that nose to the ground. Keep him going. And I would love to see the pumpkin pictures. You know, especially this time of year, the fall pictures. People have like pictures at the beach. Everybody's wearing jeans and a white T-shirt or shorts and a white button-up shirt. So it's just nautical. That's traditional. But this time of year, I love seeing the different fall pictures because no picture is exactly the same. You can dress the same every year, but your background, your backdrop, with all of the leaves will be um, completely different.
especially here. They don't change colors here. They
Yeah,
stay
you guys stay
green.
pretty green. Plus, and
What's
there's a
that?
lot of pines in the south too. There's a lot of pine trees in the south too, so that has a
Yeah,
lot to do with why there's
and palm trees, especially in the deep
uh
south, where
yeah,
I am anyway. So a lot of our trees, like
winds in
the
the
one in my tree in my front yard, stays green until like at least towards the end of October, early November. Then they start turning brown, and then they fall off at like early January, I think.
Yeah, oak trees are
ours.
very. Notice the oak trees here where I am. Though they don't usually lose their leaves until like late November sometimes. It all depends, you know, how the
Well, I got
fall.
a the tree I have in my front yard is called a Bradford pear tree, but it doesn't get any pears on it or anything. But in the spring, it blooms with white flowers.
It's starting to. I mean, we have this like slow fade here, um, where you start getting to those light greens and yellows, and then some of the maples start to turn that crimson color. Next week
Yeah, I like the crimson color.
will be it's either next week or the week after. Yeah, normally by next weekend, middle of next weekend, they start to change very rapidly. And of course, they'll last for about 10 days before the big
This
windstorms
cool
take place
weather,
at the
this
beginning
cool
of November.
weather like, we're getting really open. I know that.
I'm looking forward to that. To actually have my one jacket behind. I call this my farm jacket because I do most of my chores and everything in it. But yeah, yeah,
Okay.
it's just a white checkered pattern, a flannel, of course. And I am ready to wear that thing. That's what I cut my firewood in every year. Not something I go to eat dinner in. I'll say that.
I like that flannel stuff. Like you see a lot of that in the stores. Like uh, that's a good fall jacket to
Oh
have.
yes, yes, and I highly recommend anyone to just go to any farm store if you want some warm clothing. You want some warm clothing. We have different types. I have my Fjol Raven parka. Um, very expensive but worth it. If you don't live in an area, you know it's not going to get that cold. So, say if you're in the south of America and it might get to 30 or 40, then you'll be good with just a good fleece jacket. But for the heavy winter parkas, like where I live and where Deadshot lives, yeah, where you know it's going to get below
Very
freezing,
cold.
very, very, yeah, very good idea to purchase one. And of course, I say Fuel Raven because it's tested. It's very popular, starting to gain popularity in America, and it comes from back home in Sweden, so I can't turn them down. Still lots of green trees on Canada's east coast. Angie and I were going to try to head up that way um, towards the end of this month. Of course, the last weekend of the month, and that's following Tuesday, October 31st. We have our celebration here. Uh, However, and I'm off work, so I might live stream it. I might not. Don't know, because if I live stream, I won't be able to mod it very well. So we'll have to set up a meeting with the mods beforehand, and I don't want to ruin anybody else's festivities. Uh, but we're going to Tarrytown, New York, um, to the original home of Sleepy Hollow. That's my favorite American horror story,
That's
especially
cool.
based around this time of year. And then possibly try to cross the border and go into Ontario to see some friends and just travel and see that side of I don't say we'll go up as far as Labrador, up to the coast there, but yeah, definitely go through there. Maybe see Deadshot, maybe see Rich and Judy. Bring presents, of course, if the Canadians don't snatch it at the border.
Yeah, I would love to
The
meet.
what is it? The Royal Mounted Police.
No, I think
Yeah, we're going
doesn't
to try to get
Vermont
to la-
Vermont is very strict, I
one
think, with
last
the
trip in.
Canadian border.
I'm not exactly how strict they are. I've seen Canada. I've never been to Canada, so and it's that close to us. There's no point in not going. Nova Scotia. Shell says Nova Scotia. If I go to Nova Scotia, I won't come back here, and my wife knows it. I will spend the rest of my life fishing and hailing the old gods.
Yeah, that's a big fishing community now.
And I miss fishing on the sea. I loved doing it when I was a kid. I did it for extra money, and there's a sense of calm and peace, even though it's work. When you're out the ocean and you're looking at the horizon at sunset, and it's just like, man, how was I lucky enough to be away from all of the stress and everything else and just be right here? And it's the sea can be chaotic, but it's a different kind of chaos. It's a very serene chaos. Very enjoyable. I love Nova Scotia. I want to go there one day. Maybe I'll go down and get the sailboat by my uncles and sail up that way. Visit a few of the hay markets, as they call them. Oh, tidal waters. Yes, very beautiful. See, the original highway, what connected people wasn't land, it wasn't roads, it was the ocean. And every historian, every academic knows this, every scholar of history. There's so many that has been written um, about the travelers of the sea, the sailors, even the raiders, the Phoenicians, the Italians, the Greeks, the Egyptians, my ancestors. Even in South America, it's written. Visitors from the sea came up on boats that had foam underneath of them when they came up to the shore. And uh, Polynesian tribes. I mean, that's what connected everybody. Southeast Asian culture, East Asian culture was the same way. That's what truly connected us and established the first trade routes. It wasn't land, it was the sea. It was water. My ancestors, when they came down from Scandinavia to trade with those in the Middle East and in Turkey and along the Black Sea, sailed down the Volga River, you know,
Oh.
down to the Dnipro and then out to the Black Sea, and then all the way across the Black Sea into the Mediterranean to trade. And many other cultures did that. So that's why there's such a strong connection with humans, even if you don't live next to the sea. Why you have a yearning, there's a calling to visit the ocean.
Mhm.
Oh, One Eyed, good to see you. Welcome. Thank you, Flo. Glad to see you here.
Hello,
And
One
many
Eye.
peace and blessings upon you. And I hope, and I love Jay. She's great. She's absolutely great. She is absolutely great to see. Just a beautiful soul. We need to. Deadshot, you should throw out your channel there, your link.
Um, I, I have to
Definitely
get out of
subscribe to
stream.
Deadshot. He has some.
Yeah,
I don't know if you can do it or not right now.
I have to log out of StreamYard to do it.
Oh, okay. Never mind. Let me see if I can
I'm doing it live at 7
get it in
tonight.
here. Yeah, so hell, just click onto his name and you should be able to go to his channel and subscribe. Definitely. He has some good
Yeah,
ones. And
I'm doing a
guidance
live
and
stream
many others.
7 p.m. tonight.
Oh, and he left us.
Mm-hmm.
Sold out. Yeah, survival is very important. These are basic life skills. You know, some people think that, oh, this is a special class, special skill. No, these are absolutely basic life skills that everybody should learn. There she is. She's back. I'm telling you,
Sorry
that
about
damn
that, guys.
Georgia internet sucks.
It's horrible here. Sorry about that. I also had to take care of a personal issue with my son.
There she
So
is. She'll be back in just a minute.
I'm
Ta-da!
here, guys. I'm back. Can you hear me?
I'll be right back. I'll be right back.
Sounds
Nice.
good.
Can you
Sounds
hear me?
good.
Okay. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, I can hear you fine.
Okay. I just had to step away for a second. My son needed me for something.
That's fair.
I'm
So yeah,
doing,
follow the river and you will find people. That's true.
that is
I'm
very
sorry, Annie.
true.
Go ahead.
I'm going to, this weekend, I'm going to try, if I can, it's hard for me to get out because I have to take care of my husband and my son, my other son. I'm going to try to do, the police department's doing a community outreach type of thing where they're offering out like free food and different festivals and stuff like that for the city. So it should be pretty nice day. I hope the weather's supposed to be good. So they're giving out free hot dogs and
It's
hamburgers and
supposed to be
stuff
a
like
lot.
that. So
Oh,
yeah. So I'm kind of looking. I'm going
oh,
to
that
try to
sounds
do it.
amazing.
At least go out for at least a half hour because they do this every year. The city police department does it, not the county, but the city does. So it's a pretty awesome thing they do.
That is a wonderful thing, actually.
I forget what they call it. It's called blue blue to blue to commit to community or something like that, or blue heart to community or something like that. I forget what they call it.
Hmm.
So I'll let you know
Well,
later.
that's actually good to have. See more. Yeah, take plenty of pictures or videos.
Yeah, I
This
will.
is more
Well,
communities need to reach out to each other this way. You know.
let me hold on one second. Let me see. Let's see.
Okay.
Bring it up. Hold on. If I drop down, you know why? Hold on a second.
No worries. Yeah, more communities need to do this. They need to engage more. You know, listen to what the people in your community need. You know, and it helps to get everyone together and to know each other better. When we went to the Porch Fest back in June, there was people I've never met before in my life, and it felt like I've known these people uh, my entire life. Like they were old friends coming back to visit, and the hospitality was just wonderful, and it was very safe. Very safe. A lot of people say that New York is an unsafe place and there's mean people there, and that's a lie. That is an absolute lie. At least the areas that I was at in Western New York. Oh, Flo, that sounds good. Yes. Thank the cosmos for the wonderful bounty, the abundance of that beef. Okay, here we go.
Let me see if I can do this. There you go. I just posted it into the back chat.
Yeah, Porch Fest was pretty good, even though I got hit for 2 copyright strikes on that from 2 different songs. But they did nothing because which is kind of funny because apparently the record label that owns the rights to that song don't care if people play it on YouTube. So it's like, then why the hell did I get a strike? But it was, they just counted as a
Yeah.
warning. It wasn't anything big. I think, yep, I was going to say, I think Andy's having some technical issues. We are definitely going back for Porch Fest next year. Definitely. We just have to wait till after hockey season's done, which where preseason has started. I'm very happy. Very happy hockey is back.
Okay, I'm back again. Sorry, guys.
No worries.
I dropped the link. It's a Facebook link to the city police department.
Sounds good. Badger, Skull, good to see you. It's always good to see another old man in here. Just kidding, just kidding.
DJ, feel free to link me up if you like.
You got to strike on the video with your own music. Yes, man, I'll tell you what. The AIs running YouTube are just completely stupid.
Mm-hmm.
Facebook is just as bad.
Yeah, I don't have Facebook. I don't have Facebook. So if you see this face on a Facebook account, it's not me. It's not me.
Well, I have a
I
Facebook
have
account just because because I have family, so of course it's all over the
I
place.
do
So
too, but I just tell them to get in touch with one of the kids. They have my number. They can call
yeah,
me. They have my father's number. So it's like if they really need to get in touch with me. And normally dad just fills me in on what's going on the family. That's his that's his job as the patriarch of the family. That's his duty.
well, if you just go to valdosta.city.policedepartment.com, I think it will show you like a small clip of what they're going to be doing. These are pretty awesome thing they're doing. Brings community together in the whole, and I think that's what everybody needs really.
Yeah, more than just like one spooky season or a summer thing.
I think all it
But yeah, if
actually
anybody would
helps.
like to jump up on panel, don't be shy.
I think it helps the community
Yeah,
too with
and there needs to be
trust.
more community engagement. There needs to be more positivity.
Yep, I agree.
I'm
I
I'm very
agree.
honored by that. Very honored. Yeah, we don't. Everybody knows we don't put up with the nonsense here.
Nope. I've
This
been
is
staying positive and just ignoring all the drama. It's not worth it.
yeah. I mean, there's a point to stand up and defend yourself. There's a time and a place for it, and half the
Exactly, I
YouTube
agree.
community wouldn't care anyways. Which is the hard cold facts. You know, so and so said this about you, so you need to speak back. No, actually, I don't, because it's not going to affect my everyday life. It's not going to affect my stream. People here know who we are. They know
Yep,
what this stream's about. Uh,
exactly.
and to everybody that's in here, Badger, you, Deadshot, Watcher, everyone here, Guidance, uh, Exterrabil, Status Quo, Nuclear, they all know. Um, that's not what we're about, and they can see through the bullshit and lies and things like that. But there, if you're not feeding me, if you're not paying my bills, you're not clothing me, then I'm not worried about it. I still eat my pumpkin cookie and drink my coffee.
There you go. That works.
I knew Watcher was going to say that. That's an old song. Ooh, that's an old song. My mom loved that song. Yeah, but the world definitely needs more positivity right now. It needs us to lift up
I totally
others.
agree.
It's not a bad thing. And if you say I need to get away from the drama and then you go right back into it, stop it.
Yeah, all this hate and hurt and bullying and everybody
Nice.
has
What are
to
you fishing
stop.
for, Too Loco? Oh, there's Watcher. There she
What
is.
the
I watch her.
world needs now.
Ta-da! Hello,
Love,
hello.
more love. Good afternoon. How are y'all doing?
I'm
Good,
well,
how are you?
Watcher. How are you?
Uh-oh.
I'm doing good, Annie.
It's
How are
either her
you?
connection or mine.
I'm doing well, thank you.
Did I mess something up?
What's that?
I asked, did I mess something up?
Watcher didn't make
No.
any pumpkin cookies yet.
Nils, is your connection okay?
What is it?
I thought you said it must be either hers or your connection. Did you mean mine?
Uh-oh.
Could be mine.
Uh-oh.
I
No, I
think
think
mine.
it's
It was
his.
either yours or mine, and it must be mine.
I think my connection came in real strong.
It's called
Oh, shit.
Niles. It's
Here,
called
I'll run it for
National.
you. I promise I'll keep the drama away. So here
Yeah,
we are on Iron Wolf's channel. If you haven't hit that like, please hit that like and subscribe. Hit the notification bell. Select all so you'll never miss it when Nils the Iron Wolf is on the YouTubes.
I don't have one, but I love it when she says Cash App.
Hit the cash app.
Here it is.
Yep. That is like one of my all-time
that's great.
indeed. Hey, so I have a quick question for you. Have you tried that salty
Yeah.
caramel? OMG, I found a new favorite drink.
No, I won't drink it.
Hey, what happened? I thought we were going to
Number
see
one,
you.
because it's not true.
It's not true.
See
What?
me what?
I thought we were going to get to
You
see
were going
you
to see me what?
half naked throwing axes. Didn't I hear that last week?
That's coming soon. That's coming soon.
Mm.
Half
I've been counting
half
down.
naked in a wolf hide. That's coming soon.
Yeah. When is that? Can I get a date?
That's what you've been.
I need to.
It'll be closer to the last weekend of the month. I'll say that.
Oh, cool. Like Halloween and shit.
Yeah, the weekend before Halloween. Of course, the night of the
Sweet.
31st. If we go live, definitely you will see that, and you'll be able to see all the rituals. I'll be in my tunic, my wolf hide, everything.
Awesome.
If
Niles,
it's
it's
not 9,000
called
degrees outside.
National Faith and Blue Community Day.
Okay.
We have something kind of like that here also, where it's like they go
Yeah,
out to the park and
yeah,
barbecue.
yep, that's exactly what our police department's doing Saturday. Free burgers, hot dogs, bouncy house. And of course, my kids are not interested in that stuff because they're older now. But
Hit me with a hot dog.
hey, if it's for free, what the hell, right?
I know that's right. Shoot. Give me that meat.
I mean, I look at it this way. It's a good thing that they reach out to the community. Always a
Yeah,
good thing.
it's definitely needed. Very much needed. Hey, Deadshot Gaming, how are you doing over there a little bit?
Good, how are you, Watcher?
I'm doing good. I ain't heard you speak all day yet. Hurting my feelings.
I'm just listening.
I like it when you jump in and you get aggressive. You're cute when you're mad. I
About
ain't even gonna lie.
about nine more Coronas, and he can do it.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah.
No Coronas for me.
Get you some salted caramel.
No alcohol for me. I just drink my water and
I
my
felt
cherry
so
coke.
bad,
For what?
and I apologize to Deadshot because I got a case of Corona. We were going to do a stream together on his channel, And by the time
Oh,
I got home, he had ended his stream, and I was like, "Damn it!"
I do
So I
remember.
Niels,
said, "Fuck it, I'm going to start a stream and invite Deadshot."
always holding up progress, Niels. Always holding up progress. What is this
I was
driving
so, I felt so bad. I ended up drinking a half a bottle of vodka and like 9 bottles of
home?
Corona.
Right on. That's the kind of feeling bad that's in order.
Every time I drank one, I said the next one's for Deadshot. Drink another one, the next one's for Deadshot. So technically, he drank 5 and I drank 4.
Technically. But who felt
Technically,
it the
so yeah,
next morning?
every other.
Did you feel it the next
Oh, I
morning?
felt fine. No, no. I woke up and I went outside and did chores. I woke up, made eggs and bacon and toast, and
Damn. I drank a half a bottle of salty
yeah,
caramel the other night. Went to bed at 9:30 in the morning. I woke up at 2. I was still a little tipsy. Drank 2 bottles of water, took another nap, got up and was ready to go.
yeah. I don't get a hangover. I just get tired.
I usually get a massive hangover, but I think water is the key.
Yes, water's definitely the key.
Yeah, and I think
Oh yeah, you have to
drinking
stay
it before
hydrated.
and
I
after you
actually
drink.
Water and also Gatorade, believe it or not.
get to it. Yeah, get the box. Let me go grab some. Hold on.
You can see his nipples
This
protruding from his
stuff is
shirt.
very important.
I noticed
I
that kind
have
of
one
stuff.
box at
Huh.
home and I have another box at work that I always keep.
Hydrate.
So I'm going to do a quick plug, free advertising. Liquid IV. This is just like a bag of normal saline at work, but it works faster.
Right on.
And we always take it with this hiking and camping too. And that stuff, yes, you'll feel like $1,000,000. So if you're drinking, the last thing you drink at the end of the night, just drink some of that in a bottle or a glass, and you'll wake up feeling like $1,000,000. Pickle juice, yes, water and pickle juice. Ginger, I've heard that does amazing as well. I don't drink pickle juice anymore. I used to love it, and here's a story why. So in Sweden, we call moonshine musha. Musha. The immigrants learned to make it in America, and then when they went back to Scandinavia, Norway, and Sweden, they introduced it there. My grandfather used to keep it in pickle juice, and every morning he would wake up, take a sip, and go about his business for the day. Uh, so my brother and I, he had 2 jars of this moonshine pickle juice, and we decided we want to know how it tastes because we saw our grandfather drinking it every morning. So we grabbed it while he was at work. We went down to the barn, went to the loft, and we made this little fort out of the square bales of hay. So we could like sit back in this little area and no one could see us, if they walked into the barn.
Mhm.
And we drank almost that whole jar. I was about, I think, 5 or 6 years old. 5
Jeez.
or 6. And my brother was about 10 or 11. So we go back, and my brother puts that jar back into the fridge. And my mother and my grandmother came home from shopping, from groceries. Um, Before my grandfather got home from work, um, he had a farm and his business. So my grandmother noticed my ears were really, really red. And I told her, I said, I feel hot. I feel hot and dizzy. And my mother came over and checked my forehead and said he's running a fever. So they thought I was sick. And of course, I ended up vomiting. And when I vomited pickle juice, my grandmother knew right then what had happened. So I had to smell that pickle jar for the rest of the night. And
Ugh.
I didn't get my ass busted. We got humiliation. That's how we were corrected when we were younger. Is we got humiliated. So because of that, to this day, I cannot drink pickle juice. If I smell, I can eat pickles, but if I smell pickle juice, my stomach will turn.
Really? That's
Yeah.
interesting. I'm that way with Pepsi and Three Musketeers.
Oh wow.
Yeah, Pepsi's too sweet for me.
I had to drink a whole 12 pack when I was a kid because we had company come over and I grabbed one. I was outside playing and I came in and I grabbed a Pepsi and I didn't remember to ask company if they wanted a Pepsi. And I grabbed a daggum Three Musketeers out of the refrigerator and opened it up and ate it. So I had to eat the rest of the Three Musketeers. I think there were 6 full size candy bars in the package. And I had to drink the rest of the 12 pack of Pepsi, which was about 6.
Oh,
Ugh. Talk about sugar overload.
that yeah. See, that's why I don't drink the salty caramel. One, it's not real moonshine. And two, it's basically just flavored tequila with high fructose corn syrup. That's one of the main ingredients, and they use it a lot in America because it's a cheap sweetener, but it's very bad for your endocrine system and your digestive system, which is why a lot more people are becoming diabetic these days, especially if they drink a lot of regular sodas and certain juices. They automatically put the high fructose corn syrup in there, and that will burn your pancreas up in a heartbeat. So, yeah. So I had a friend that had a jar of the strawberry cream, whatever, the same maker of that so-called moonshine, and said, you should try this. And I said, no. I said, I won't drink it. I stay away from everything with high fructose corn syrup.
Right on. I wish I was that strong. I'm just not that strong. I love my Dr. Pepper and I love the salty caramel.
I can't
figured-
drink Dr. Pepper. Gives me
Nope.
heartburn.
Like, I'm sure it tastes good. I'm sure it tastes delicious, but man, it would probably make me sick from all of that.
Yeah. I can understand that. When I'd lost a lot of weight, it was just clean eating and, staying away from the sugars and the carbs and whatever. And it was difficult. It was difficult after going for so long without sugar to actually think that it wasn't too sweet. But
Hmm.
I did. I pushed through it.
We live and learn, right?
Indeed, we do.
Yeah. So I will just stick to vodka and mead.
Well, when I was drinking back in my drinking days, was 2 shots of Jameson and Miller Lite. That was my cocktail.
There you go.
What was it?
I can't do the Jameson.
2 shots of Jameson and Miller Lite. That was my cocktail.
Oh yeah. Whiskey, especially Irish whiskey, I have to stay away from because I will fight that door until I convince it it's an elevator. So
That's
if we're
usually how I
somewhere
am
and
with
you want me to clear out a room fast, or you want me to fight somebody, just give me a half a bottle of whiskey and it's done. So I stay away from it.
Yeah, I don't drink anymore,
That
so.
that brings out the very wolf side of Niels.
Wow.
But rum makes hell yeah, I'll jump off that bridge. I don't care. Stop at traffic, jump off the bridge. They'll think I'm committing, something else. No,
See,
like I
that's
said, I'll
gin
do a lot
for
of
me.
crazy shit. Hell, it's like I'll go down that waterfall. I don't care. Gin has another
Tequila,
effect. That's like Freya juice to me.
and I
I've
can't
become
drink tequila
too
or SoCo.
lovey on gin.
Really? See, gin makes me it makes I'm happy at first, but then I turn into a really bad actor after I've had a little too much. And so I
On
just
gin?
I try to stay away from it. Yes. I get really, really vicious. Really vicious.
SoCo and
See, gin
tequila
doesn't
make me
have that.
very sick.
Gin is like love potion to me.
Ooh, yeah, that
Gin is
gin will make
panty
you feel
remover.
come on, baby.
Yeah. Except for Nils, it's all the clothes. Last
Okay.
time I drank the last time I drank gin. I went to go visit a friend in Florida. It was over New Year's Eve. Um, and I won't say what town. Um, but guidance is from there. And I ended up running down the road, just naked, completely naked,
Uh-uh.
just booking it down the road. And
Oh my.
neighbors had called
Not
the
that naked.
police. There was other people that were stripping naked and following me down the street. I don't know if it was a trend or what, or just a thing they do in Florida. And yeah, so I was jumping walls and running through orange groves and things like that, just completely naked off of
Very fun.
a
Streaking.
lot of gin. Yeah, yeah, streaking. It was a fun night, and so I tried not to go back to Florida.
They don't want to let you back
Guidance
in,
said that's
huh?
me on vodka. Yeah, I don't think Florida can handle Nils anymore, especially with all the tattoos now. Because I was very young when that happened. I was in my early 20s.
Well, give guidance enough of anything, and
I
she
was, I,
gets honey.
yeah, especially certain vodka drinks. Guidance can get a little mouthy. It was in Florida. It was the Gulf Coast of Florida,
Her
and
tequila makes her
in a
spicy.
little town not far from Fort DeSoto. I'll say that. I was actually closer to uh, Dunedin, uh, and I was to the well-known vacation town to the south of that. Come on vacation, leave on probation. That's right. Oh man, yeah. You do
Thank
some
God that
weird,
didn't happen
crazy,
to me.
fucked up shit in Florida when you get on there. Yeah, we went
Well,
to
that's why
Disney World one time,
I stayed at the house when
and
I
she
was
like
there this
doing.
past.
Yeah, it's just I Florida and Nils don't get along too well.
Blessed.
It's like Georgia and Annie don't get along.
A lot of hot environments, places, very few. Like Costa Rica, I'm okay with. Of course, the Caribbean, I'm okay with. Short spurts of it, but yeah,
One of my good friends moved from Texas to Costa Rica. She retired there.
Very nice.
very beautiful. I actually get my
Very
coffee
beautiful
from
country, she said.
down there. Coffee plantation called Cafe Brit. Jay could put a good word in. I would literally have to, if I ever came back to Florida to visit, it would have to be with people that uh, that know me. You know, this is what you're prepared for. So make sure I stay in the living room. You lock your doors. Don't let me outside, even if I say I want fresh air. I could stick
Damn,
my head
if
out a
I'd have known
window.
that, I'd have invited you for my trip last weekend. Jeez. Fun.
So I
Just
took
saying.
Angie to see my uncle down in the Virgin Islands, and we were in Christmas Cove, and we went from there towards Beret Island. But I had drank almost every day that I was there. It's cheap, and you can drink and drive down there. You just can't drive drunk. So, and if you drink and drive, you have to have a shirt on. Men and women, you can't drive around shirtless. So we went out on the boat. I wanted to do some free diving, and I ended up going swimming with bull sharks.
Wow.
Scared Angie to death. She stayed in the boat. So yeah,
Well,
because
yeah, I'd
they're
imagine.
like sea puppies to me.
Yeah.
They're the
You're
most
crazy.
aggressive shark in the ocean, and they're sea puppies. They're very good. If you've been around sharks, you raised around sharks, then you're good. But yeah, drunk or sober, I'll swim with sharks. But I decided, hey, I'm about 2 bottles of rum in. Let's do this. and I have video of it somewhere upstairs on the camera. I
Yeah, you
won't
crazy.
post that to YouTube. We used to drift over
Mm.
to the sea turtles and they grab the front of their shell, and it's like a jet ski under the water because they try to swim away, and you're just. That's a fun trick too.
Yeah, that's definitely some white people stuff.
Yeah,
Definitely
we
so.
have fun. You can't live a boring life. You have to have fun. Just be careful what you drink and only drink it in moderation.
Hmm.
Don't do shit Nils has done or others have done.
I heard that. Well, gentlemen, I just wanted to pop up and Niels tell you that I missed you. See you a
I
little
miss
here
you
and
too.
there.
Good to see you.
Yep, it's been some crazy times. Been some crazy times. But I enjoy your fika.
Oh, thank you, thank you. Yeah, we'll try to have one more before the end of the month. And I might
And
next
what comes
Saturday.
next?
Next Saturday, I might actually do a live stream at night. Uh, I'll have to get more vodka, of course. But yeah, so
Good.
vodka and a bonfire is what I'm aiming for. Not this
Awesome.
Saturday, but I work this weekend, so the following weekend. Yeah, vodka and
Oh,
a
You go back to
bonfire.
work tomorrow? Or are you back at work right
Yeah,
now?
tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
I go back to work tomorrow.
Well, thank you for
Tomorrow
all that
morning.
you do, serving the good people of your community the way that you do. It's much appreciated. Saving lives,
Oh,
keeping people healthy.
thank you, thank you. Yeah,
Indeed.
it's a
Be
tough
safe
job,
driving
but
to
worth it.
and fro. It's that time of year where the deer and stuff are going to be out moving.
Mm.
Watch out for the babies. All that good jazz. And I'll see you real soon.
Yes, ma'am. And you have a wonderful day. And get your coat out this weekend. It's going to be cold where you're at.
I sure hope so, because it's hot as hell right now.
After
I'm
this,
ready for
yeah, after
some
this,
cool weather.
I think it's tomorrow or Friday. After this cold front comes through, you're supposed to get like a huge spike over the weekend of cold
yeah.
weather. And
I
it's
hope
supposed to
so,
last a few
man.
days. It's going to be nice.
Because if it does, I'm taking a day or two off next week and going fishing. I'm just saying.
There, yeah,
So,
I would definitely do that.
yeah. All righty. Well, you have a good one, and I'll drop down into chat for a bit. Thank you for letting me
Yeah.
up.
Yes.
Bye,
Oh, you're very welcome.
Deadshot.
Love you, sweetie.
Uh,
Love y'all too. Bye bye.
I just used to swim with alligators. I would love to see pictures of that. Oh man. And Annie, you have a wonderful evening, and I hope your supper is fulfilling. Absolutely. Well, we hit the 2 hour mark, and it's time now to end the stream and wind down everything.
thank you, Niels, for
And I
having me
think
on.
you. Oh, absolutely. It's an honor. It's always an honor to have you on, and Annie and Watcher and everyone. And thank you everyone for being here. I appreciate every one of you, and I hope you have a wonderful rest of the week, and especially this weekend. The colder weather is coming; it's on its way. It'll feel more like fall soon, I promise you. And then you all can start the baking and make the pumpkin cookies and drink more of the delicious chocolate coffee. And I will be around. I will definitely be around tonight. If there's any other streams, I just got to finish these chores real quick. There's
I'm
only
doing
two
one at
things to finish.
uh, I'm doing one at 7 tonight. If you want to hang out.
Oh yeah, yeah, I'll definitely jump on. I mean, it's my last free night before work for the next 6 days, so
Yeah, it's on at
uh,
7. 4.
7 o'clock. So yeah, in just 2 hours. So
Yeah.
we will definitely be there. Well, everyone, again, thank you for being here. It's been an absolute pleasure, and we'll see you on the next one. And until then, as we always say here on this stream, if you know, you can type it in chat. But yeah, until the next time, skål.